Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. So something unexpected that has happened over the past few years is that over and over again, I keep having people reach out to me to ask me how I crafted the career that I have, how I've created the work life that I have. If you're new to this channel, my name is Tumi. I am a medical doctor, I am a poet, and I'm a dancer. And I have integrated these three passions of mine. They feel more than passions, they feel like callings, to be honest. I've integrated them in a way that doesn't feel like work. It feels like work in the sense that it is so vibrant for me and it feels like I'm constantly creating, but it doesn't feel like drudge. It doesn't feel tedious. It feels like a gift to myself and service to others. So in this video, I'm excited to share with you 3 suggestions that have come from my experience of creating such a work life, and also that feel really channeled from spirit, to share with you ways that you can take your passions and make them work. If videos around holistic health, raw veganism, plant-based living, minimalism, dance, any of that is of interest to you, consider subscribing down below and click the notifications bell to know when I share a new video, because those topics are exactly the real heart of this channel. So here are my 3 suggestions for making your passion work, if that's exciting for you. The first, to thine own self be true. This one is really about self-knowledge, self-acceptance, and more than that, self-love, in the sense of listening and then dancing to the beat of your own drum. What sets you afire? What skills, what work, what things do you love to do? And how can you take those things, if again it's exciting to you, and make that into a work career, a work life? I have a video on this channel called How to Heal Yourself. And it talks about how for a long time, I thought that my dance work, my identity as a dancer, and my work life as a doctor had to be these 2 separate things. And it wasn't until I brought those things together that I really discovered my true gifts as both dancer and doctor, in a way that was integrated, in a way that was truly healing for others and for myself. Wholeness and healing actually come from the same root words. When you can truly embrace yourself as a whole being, embrace the different passions within yourself, and maybe find ways to integrate them more, you find healing for yourself and again for other people. So, first thing, to thine own self be true. Ask yourself, what sets me afire? What things do I love to do? If I wasn't getting paid a dime, what would I do more of? That's number 1. The second is to envision. Dream big and also get clear. During my 20s, I was both getting training as a dancer and getting training as a physician. I was in medical school while dancing in dance troupes. I did my residency, and when I had time, I'd run to dance class. After my residency was over, I joined a professional dance company. And all throughout, I had many people saying to me, you got to choose. Do you want to be a dancer? Do you want to be a doctor? Do you want to be a poet? And my heart kept saying, I want to do all 3. But I knew I had to do them in a way that made sense for me, and in a way that wouldn't make me feel overstressed, overworked, and in ways that I could still bring my best and bring my best work in all 3 avenues. And that takes creativity, and that takes dreaming. Look at your own life. What 1 thing or 2 things or maybe 3 things do you want to bring together in an integrative and holistic and beautiful, authentic way for yourself. Dream. Journal out what that looks like for you. Draw out what that looks like for you. Find a hammock, find a beautiful tree, close your eyes, and daydream about what that looks like for you. Envisioning is one of the most powerfully creative and powerfully manifesting things we can do. It's what I did, and it's how I've created the life that I have today, the work life that doesn't feel like work. One exercise I'd love to offer you that has been something I also offer a lot of the clients I work with around this subject of creating your best work life is to write a day in the life. So do a journal exercise of your best life, a day in the life of your best life, focusing on your work. Where are you working? Are you working from home? Are you working outside? Who are you working with? And most importantly, what are the activities of that work day? Write that out in a journal exercise and take that in. It will help to clarify for you what work you love to do and what that work life looks like. When I was little, as young as 8, and through my teenage years, definitely through my 20s, I would often write my day in the life. And what's beautiful now is that I'm living that. I get to work all over the world because that's what I want to do. I get to work mostly from home because that's what I want to do. I get to balance my work life with my playtime, time with my baby and my beloved husband, with my friends. I get to spend a lot of time in nature, all because that's what I want to do. So I've crafted a work life that reflects that and that lets me do that. You can do the same in terms of choosing what you want to do and then having your work life honor that. The third and final offering suggestion I have around creating your dream work life, making your passion work, is to factor in self-care. A lot of us can look up to people who we may not really know, but have an online presence or a media presence and think, wow, that person seems like they have it all. They have my dream work. I invite you to get inspired, but also proceed with caution and check in with yourself about self-care. So I will share with you that for a couple of years, I was looking at some people online and thinking, incredible. I didn't want to do the work they were doing, but I thought that the success they had made online was really incredible. And then I got to hear from them, which was wonderful that they were sharing this, how many hours a week they were working. And it looked like 90 hours, 100 hours. They weren't getting much sleep. They weren't spending a lot of time with their family, but they were successful. And I thought, wow, more power to you, but I don't want none of that. I got very clear with myself that for me, having success in work meant also me having time for my family, me having time for myself, for sufficient rest, for nourishing myself both with food and with nature and with play and with love. And so that meant rewriting the script for myself. It meant that my success took a different look, took a different route, took maybe longer to get to where I wanted to be. And that was just fine. So I ask you, I invite you to really factor in self-care when you craft that work life. Don't look left and right to other people because they may not be practicing a lot of self-care in their endeavor for success. Factor in self-care. That's my invitation to you when you think about a successful work life. Because to ignite your passion, you need to be on fire. And to be on fire, truly on fire, and to have that fire burn long time, you need to be taking care of yourself. That's a doctor and healer in me talking. I hope that resonates. If you'd love to dive deeper into this work, into your passion work, then consider two things. Consider working one-on-one with me. I now do life coaching. I call it my life healing sessions. You can check that out in my website. I'll leave a link to that in the description box down below. Or If that price point of working one-on-one with me feels like too much for you, or it feels too intense to dive deep one-on-one, then consider joining my membership program called Your Delicious Life. And it's as the name sounds, it's about creating your best, most delicious life. This month, the members and I are diving into how to create your dream work life. To me, having your best work life, your desired work life, having your passions make your work is a huge integral part of living your best life. I often think what I'm about to share, I often think, how are my passions of service to others? So how can you be of service through your passions, through doing what you love? Not just how can you be of service? No. How can you be of service doing what you truly love? If that's of interest to you, consider joining the membership program. You can cancel your membership at any point, and/or consider working with me one-on-one. There's a free strategy session when you want to work with me one-on-one, in which I decide if I'd love to work with you, and you decide if you'd love to work with me, and that's totally free. Again, check the description box down below if that's of interest to you. Wherever you are in the world, and wherever you are in your path of freedom, success, love, and passion work, I send you so much love. Take care.